Americans for Fair Taxation presents the Weekly Chairman's Report, written by Steve Hayes, president of Americans for Fair Taxation, and recorded by Bob Paxton, a volunteer with the Florida FAIRtax Educational Association. And now, this week's Chairman's Report.
Hello, I'm Bob Paxton with the AFFT Chairman's Report for Friday, February 2nd, 2024. Governors, the way to sell elimination of the state income tax to everyone is to promote a state's fair tax. Now, state governors know that states compete to keep existing businesses in their state and attract businesses and other people to their states. Tennessee, Texas, and Florida have no state income tax and all have rapidly growing economies. They are attracting businesses and workers into their states. Elimination of the state income tax attracts more people and businesses to their state and creates more prosperity for everyone in the state. Now, economists agree that economies grow faster when consumption, not income, is taxed. 17 states have cut their state income or corporate taxes in 2023. Now, states that reduce their state income tax rates often try to replace the lost revenue by increasing their state's retail sales tax rate. Unfortunately, that's a less than ideal solution because sales taxes, as currently implemented, are decidedly regressive. Lower income earners spend a much higher percentage of their income on retail purchases than wealthy people do, and taking the same percentage from everyone hurts the poor a lot more than it hurts the rich. A report was issued by the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy. This report stated, 10 states, Florida, Washington, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Illinois, Arkansas, and Louisiana, are particularly regressive with upside-down tax systems that ask the most from those with the least. These states tax their poorest residents, those in the bottom 20% of the income scale, at rates averaging 3 times higher than that charged to the wealthy. Middle-income families in these states pay an average rate more than twice as high as a share of their income than the wealthiest families. Florida, which has the most regressive state tax system in the nation, fares worst by these two measures, with low-income families paying almost 5 times more than the wealthy, and middle-income families paying more than 3 times more. In conclusion, the governors and state legislators cutting their state income taxes are confident that this will result in benefits to their states. They see how well their neighboring states with no state income taxes are prospering and attracting new businesses. But there's a problem. When sales taxes are increased to offset lower income tax rates, the lower income residents of their states are often the ones who bear the brunt. Lower income people must take care of their families today. While the promise of higher paying jobs in the future sounds good, this doesn't help the families who are struggling to make ends meet today. Consequently, most lower income people vote for those candidates who oppose cutting state income tax rates and raising state sales tax rates. So, how do state governors communicate to these lower income people that they will not suffer if the state cuts income tax rates? There's an easy solution. A state version of the FAIRtax with a prebate up to the poverty level. The prebate exempts purchases up to the poverty level for the family unit from the state sales tax and changes the state sales tax from a regressive system to a progressive one. Lower income people see an immediate increase in their ability to purchase the items they need. Now, state officials can get the support of a demographic in their state that they've not been able to reach up till now. On a national level, the FAIRtax is the answer. It's a system that is so simple everyone can understand it. It shows everyone the cost of the federal government on every retail receipt so all of us will understand what we're paying. The FAIRtax helps U.S. companies compete with foreign competitors. That keeps jobs in the United States rather than exporting them to other countries. The FAIRtax permanently establishes the solvency of Social Security and Medicare. It eliminates the largest special treatment of any group of taxpayers and is the largest transfer of power from D.C. to the people since the Constitution was adopted. Now, D.C. is ignoring the one real solution that allows us to remain citizens and not subjects, the FAIRtax. The FAIRtax is simple, non-evasive, but most of all, it works. The solution? Pass the FAIRtax. The FAIRtax transfers power from Congress and the bureaucrats to the people. We, not D.C., will decide how much federal tax we pay. Join us and take back control of our country and our lives, not with bullets, but with the elimination of one of the biggest threats to our liberty and economic prosperity, the income payroll tax. We should all remember Edmund Burke's warning that applies to our efforts to take back control. Nobody made a greater mistake than he who did nothing because he could only do a little. Please go to FAIRtax.org and invest in AFFT and in your country. It's an investment in your and your family's future.
This has been the Weekly Chairman's Report, written by Steve Hayes, President of Americans for Fair Taxation. Check back every week for news and information about the fair tax, and learn why the fair tax should replace our antiquated federal income tax system. If you'd like to receive a copy of the Chairman's Report in your inbox every week, sign up at FAIRtax.org.